Hey, this should be working. Um, I'm not filming selfie mode, so okay. Just gonna see how it looks on the laptop. So I'm using that as a monitor. Okay. Although I don't really want to actively watch myself because I gotta turn the audio off there. Because that is too distracting. Okay, I do gotta kind of get my notes here. I have some notes on the laptop. This might be just really awkward and like a nothingness, pointless live stream. I'm not meaning to even do a live stream. It's just the editing is not working right now because my life is in such disorder as per usual. And I'm trying to get that in order. But I wanted to just post a little bit of something, and so initially I was going to just do a short little video just talking about what I'm doing, I guess. But that was not happening, and it was just like bugging me to not post. I don't know, I'm just in like a weird zone of detaching but not being able to fully detach from things. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with YouTube, honestly. Um so it's just like difficult. Like I want to do YouTube, I guess. I want to make videos, but a lot of times I do lack confidence in myself and get affected by things, but I get it doesn't really matter. Like in my real life or YouTube, I still be getting triggered by things anyways. And then in my real life, I just like don't have much of a social life at all. Or I don't really like have like I've got friends, but I feel like I don't have close connections. Like I'm just feeling disconnected from everyone right now. And honestly, I'm just like doing this to document my journey. And so I am trying to just do that and not care what the trolls have to say. But I do have a soft spot in my heart for the trolls at the same time. Like I said, it's like a love-hate relationship with YouTube in general. And then also with the trolls, like the trolls make me laugh at times. The trolls have some good roasts, like I like to be roasted, and then other times, I don't know if this is considered trolling or just, I don't know if it's a troll, but lately especially, certain males have been treating my live streams, like the lives where it's vertical video and I show up in the live feed with the chat on and everything, not like this. I'm just doing this because I don't have the organization to edit right now, but like when I'm doing the other live streams, there's certain men that are treating my lives like it's like I'm an OnlyFans model. And so that stuff kind of gets to me, I guess. Like when it's like when it's just like overly saturated with that, those types of comments just like objectify me. And despite I've just been shocked because I go on there, like I feel like right now I'd be looking way more done up. I don't do up ever. I don't wear makeup and really do my hair. I don't own a curling iron. I don't own a straightener. I don't do things up with me, whatever. Uh, and despite me looking like a hobo at times, despite me looking like people get confused and don't even know if I'm what gender I am. But despite like the no makeup, the baggy clothes, usually wearing like a men's XL like t-shirt or just baggy sweats, whatever. Despite that, I still get treated like an OnlyFans model, like the comments and the, like I'm just, and then some people like they're still adding to the conversation, but like I can't with the hun, like the hey hun or the sweetie or whatever it is. Like I just, it is starting to kind of annoy me, and like I don't know, I was having a whole thing about that, and then I purchased a Gandalf style wig and beard. I was just gonna get like a this costume beard thing, right? So I was just gonna get this more basic, just brown beard that hangs on my face that I would wear during the lives to just like deter this nonsense of like they're on the wrong website. I'm just, of all the live streams, I'm just like, why mine? I don't get it. Like with my frumpy ass clothing, my no makeup, my whatever, it's just like can be annoying, I guess. And then one day I really don't watch other people's lives, but one day I did, and I was scrolling through others, and only some of them appeared to have some moderators and others didn't, and then like I wasn't seeing the same shit going on in my lives, but also that was just one time I did that for not very long even, so I just was like, what is going on? Like I got someone donated on my PayPal and I didn't see it right away, and then like I went into my PayPal account, so I saw it through there, and then I emailed them to thank them for their donation, and then after I had emailed them, I saw the original email, and it had a note, and it was like asking me to wear a crop top next live stream. I was just like, that's not what it is. And then they replied back, you know, to my, like, I probably wouldn't have personally reached out if I'd seen the note, but the damage was done. I'd already like personally emailed them, and then it was like it could be so much worse too. I don't know. They were like, "Oh, you're the most beautiful woman like I've seen," and but then they were telling me to wear a crop top. Like they repeated it because they probably thought I didn't see their note, and then they ended it with like hun or something, and I'm just, and it just made me feel weird because like I did think like, do I send the money back? Like I just feel like people, it's just a weird thing. It's a weird, I didn't even mean to get into all that, like that's not even what this was gonna be about, but that's the randomness of these things, because like I don't really have much of a plan, or when I do, it goes off the rails, because this is where I talk about shit. My partner Sean is on a totally different schedule as me. So yeah, I want to be awake when everyone else is asleep, hence the title of this video. So today I woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning, and honestly, ideally, I want to get up at midnight because I want to have the most time in the peaceful darkness alone. I just been feeling like more alone amongst people. I know a lot of people say that. I know it can be like a very cliche thing, I guess, to say, or an overly done thing to say, but it's truly how I feel, and it's not other people's fault at all either. Or like I got fucking issues, dude. Like I got issues. We know this. But then again, I don't even like to call them issues anymore. Like I just, the shame spiral can get so out of control where I'll just feel shame about feeling shame about feeling shame about feeling shame. Like it just like never ends. So it's whatever, I got issues, but like basically I have like emotional trauma that still affects my life, but I have been I have been like processing more layers of the trauma onion, especially more recently, and that kind of caused my little hiatus so far. But then it's just like a lot because I'll realize it's just like sad, kind of. I'm just obviously other people have it so much worse, and that's a whole fucking shame thing too. Is like if I talk about my life, there's usually a troll somewhere saying not even I don't even really get hate comments. I don't know. The other types of lives are so different than this, so like I sometimes reference that, but anytime if I come off as complaining or something about my life or just sharing, I don't know, woe is me, if it's coming off to someone in that way, it'll just be like, oh, first world problems kind of thing. But actually I probably haven't even gotten that feedback about like this specific stuff. It is more like petty things, but also more like neurotic things that just I experience. I can't fucking help, okay? Because like um I have judgment of myself for like repeating the same things, but this is the reality. And also there'll be just brand new people every live stream that I do. So the topic will just come up again that and then people that also just don't know what the hell's going on. So I don't know, I just tend to bring it up a lot about how my brain was conditioned in these certain ways. Like why I have like OCD behavior and um like my breath is up here right now. Like this I gotta tune into my body. I don't know, I just like obviously I give too much thought to people's comments at times and then I'll be consciously aware that it doesn't matter, but like these things that are said sometimes it's like I'm fully aware that it's just something within my own self already that I haven't accepted, that it gives me an opportunity to work through. Um, and also, like, no one can ever be as mean to me as I've been to my own self. Like, I will out hate myself than anyone else. Any randos on the internet, like, a lot of just, like, the just overt, um, what's considered hateful stuff. Like I just don't even know these things are insults sometimes because it's like so out of left field. It's like a random stranger just saying the wildest shit. So that stuff doesn't have much of an impact. But like the things that are commenting on how I'm acting in a way, like that's the stuff that will get to me because I already am self-conscious or judging myself a lot of how I'm being and then like trying to not uh but so yeah, it's like people thinking there's something wrong with me because of how I talk or just how I am or that I'm neurotic. Uh and then I took on the neurotic identity in a way. Like I wasn't trying to just be like that's all I am, but I was making it part of my brand, I guess, to be like I'm neurotic, it's chaotic. But now I've wanted to step away from that in a way because like I guess it is neuroticism, but I don't know. I just have these judgments still, like, and other people maybe don't as well. Like the word neurotic, even I feel like there's something. It's wrong. Like there's something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. It obviously means. What's the official definition again? What does neurotic mean? It's actually great. The camera is not on selfie mode because if I see that people are watching actively, then I get all self-conscious uh, about this type of live because this is not an interactive live. Again, I just don't want to, or I just don't have the capabilities to edit right now. It's just not the thing. I don't know. It's not being manifested right now. Neurotic is a personality trait that describes someone who's often anxious, worried, or emotionally upset. People with this trait may also have frequent mood swings, tendency to overthink problems, low self-confidence, irritability and anger, tendency to interpret everyday situations as threatening, depression. Okay. So that's all true. Like, I just, what annoys me though is when people, obviously this is how I feel about my own self, and then other people do judge in certain ways, but then it just triggers my own self-judgment. Like, if I really didn't give a shit at all and was not judging myself still, then these things people say would not affect me still. But it's like, yeah, when other people, if they see it as this inferiority thing, or they see it as, yeah, like a lesser than, or like a defected person, or I've had someone say just like, oh yeah, the anxious people are just weak, they're just being weak or whatever. And it's just like, okay, a lot of this stuff's just silly, ridiculous. Like, I haven't even thought about that comment. Actually, that did pop into my head the other day, but like a whole 2 months or something went by and I didn't even think of that thing. But I guess I'm just sort of addressing more of the deep-rooted like judgment and shame about the things, and I don't know, it just ties into every aspect of my entire life. So maybe we should just get on to the other stuff, because I haven't really spoken much about all the different things that I wanted to address yet, and I don't even know how long in we are, but I did not plan on this being that long of a video. So why I guess I need to explain the title of the video. I didn't fully explain that. I don't remember. I don't fucking know what's going on. It's like, how do we get this out coherently? There's just so many things. So basically, let's see. I guess I'm just lately in a state of overwhelm, anxiety stuff. I have spoken at times about like the feeling the anxiety as just like physical sensations in the body, and letting go of the judgments that are attached to it, and like the shame or other emotional feelings like guilt or shame, and then like detaching from the stories in my head having to do with, say, guilt or shame, it like just feeling the anxiety as just like bodily sensations. But yeah, I'm coming to realize like sometimes I just try to sum up an entire whole big thing like anxiety, and like one day it was like, I think anxiety is it's just like a confidence issue, and then I was like, I think anxiety is just the issue with it is the like being scared of just feeling the things instead of just like letting them come up and feel the bodily sensations. You know, it's just, you can just feel into the body things and then let it go. But like it's not, there's different types of anxiety, it seems, and then there's of course situational anxiety that is legitimate too, because you're, I don't know, I personally, back in the day, when I was in the environment that sort of imprinted a lot of emotional trauma onto me, I was in a constant anxious fight or flight state, and I don't even know if I knew it. I was probably like dissociated at times, or dissociated from my body, and then my whole personality, maybe not my whole entire personality, but I'm trying to figure out how much of my personality is just trauma responses, right? Like, we've been figuring that out the last while. So anyways, it's like I was actively in an environment that it was like actually beneficial for me to be all anxious and overthink everything. Like, the OCD was very helpful because I was dealing with a narcissistic personality type that was not treating me like I didn't know what, like, that was my normal. So yeah, I don't know. It's like the world revolved around this person. Like, I don't know. I was trained to revolve around this person, and yeah, you just are kind of being interrogated at times, or at least feeling that way, or like there's no boundaries, and all that jazz, all that stuff. So anyways, yeah, it's like hard to even talk about things that I don't anticipate talking about, because sometimes it actually brings up a stress response in me just talking about it, because um it's, yeah, part of the thing is to like be all just overthinking everything too, and especially like it just took me so long to actually be able to own the like this that it was narcissistic abuse, you know. And I still to this day though will be like, there's a whole spectrum though, and it wasn't really that bad and whatever. And then like I'm just recently realizing it's like the symptoms of this person are being expressed but in like a different way, more of a what's called a vulnerable narcissist way. Like I think there's been a mix of these behavioral patterns, and then more recently like I've just been, my behavior was still people pleasing, but I wasn't kind of aware that like I was just like trying to keep things. You don't even fucking know, dude. It's like unless you've been through it, you don't fucking know. You have no fucking clue or idea. And it's like I'm getting passionate about this now because it is such a it is a difficult experience to go through. And then in addition to having gone through this shit, and then you pick up all these like behaviors and patterns, you're obsessive in that, because like that literally helped you emotionally get through it, survive. Like as children we need love and acceptance, so when you have to change yourself to conform to get that love and acceptance, and you have to like try to not fuck up constantly and not say the wrong thing, because this person will freak at you and shame at you and tell you that you're this person or that, or like, and withhold the love, and just verbally berate you, and you know, be insulting you stuff. So you pick up these behaviors, and then it is just a lot when, you know, I already have my own shame about it, because I then was actually shamed by this person for even having anxiety issues, and I was just I was screamed at actually about it. At least like I know the one time that I speak about, I bring up this sort of situation where I was just like being depressed in my room because of this 24/7 anxiety, panic attacks, stuff. Like, I don't know, just trying to have a private moment. This person like stormed in, and I got in trouble. Like, I was in trouble for that, which is not like, it warps your mind, folks. When, especially when your brain is not developed, like when at such a young age and sustained, and for so many years, you have this person doing this to you. It shapes your brain. And like I watch so much content on narcissistic stuff. A lot of people don't know what it actually is. There's a lot more to it than someone just being arrogant. You know, there's like different kinds, and like the root of it is basically they have a lack of sense of self and whatever. It's a whole thing. But what was I gonna say? Also, like, bear with me. I woke up at 3. I'm just gonna not finish the tangents because it's not fucking worth it too, and this is just how I am. And it's hard to fully accept though. It's hard to accept how I am, and when people don't know, and just to be okay with that too, to be like, this was encouraged of me for so many years, like this. And also like mirrored to me, is that the right word, mirrored, or shown as an example too. Like the person I talk about that had these, you know, behaviors, the narcissistic behaviors, whatever, like they also were like quite neurotic, like overthinking, you know, OCD stuff for sure, like obsessive thinking, and yeah. So uh yeah, but I'm actually thankful for my experience because it taught me a lot. So I'm not even this is not also like also bash this person whatsoever. I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it to help other people. Like that's and for myself, for my own healing. But honestly, I don't like. I realize this is my shit now, but I have to understand, like it wasn't my fault, and I was, like the shame of it. Like I have to be like, it wasn't my fault. Like this person was doing this thing, and like, how could I have known? Because you can have like anger at yourself too, right? For um when you realize that you didn't have to do the gaslight tango, as it's called in a book I read called The Gaslight Effect. The gaslight tango, it means like to be gaslit, you are an active participant in it. Like, because you can not engage and then the person can't really gaslight you, but, well, they still, like, you can still be gaslit, but, like, you can't be fully, it can't have the full effect on you and, like, actually fuck you up psychologically if you don't engage with it or if you don't start to believe the things they're saying. But also, it's like, as a child, it's just fucking different. I feel it's different. So there's content that I watch where they talk about people who were in relationships, and so they didn't have the upbringing aspect, maybe some people, but it's still just really cray, and people can get so psychologically fucked up from just like having a narcissistic partner. But I have to give myself some grace for like the fact that I really I feel like, yeah, I could not, like, I just could not have, I was conditioned from such a young age that like I could not discern the truth. Like I just couldn't be like, that's not true, I don't know. And it's not even just the person, it's also like a mix of everything else. It's a mix of me being a highly sensitive person, it's a mix of me being maybe my genetics and I'm just more predisposed to anxiety, also where also my specific characteristics, and then how I was maybe treated in my own unique way versus other people in the family because of my certain more sensitive characteristics. Or also I just was more prone to people pleasing. Like I just didn't have, just like came out of the womb probably with more of a guilt complex, I guess. Like I don't know. It's interesting how different people get affected. Like some people turn into full on narcissists themselves, and then other people are extreme people pleasers and take it all out on themselves. And people with like narcissistic behaviors, I feel like me and them are having like the same reaction, but just in a different way. Although with my partner Sean, I have talked about this, I did yell at him, and like I definitely would get triggered with him, and like quite reactive, and yeah, I'm not proud of it. Like I wish I could take all that back. But it's like it was also, there was things on his end that were just like different style. Maybe it was like passive aggressive things on his end, and then I don't know. I was getting triggered, and then he was getting triggered, and then he was doing things that were triggering. Like it was a toxic mess in the past, and I'm really thankful that we have like worked through all that. And also I humbled myself to realize I was not justified in my reaction. So it was just, I came from a household that was like yelling every day, like screaming every day. So, but still to take responsibility for like when I realized, oh shit, that's not normal. Like that was just normalized for me. Yeah, I had to change myself, and but yeah, I tend to be so hard on myself. But anyways, besides like my romantic partner, I like, yeah, I take it out on myself. Like I lash out at my own self. Like I treat myself probably and judge myself like how the narcissistic person was talking to me. Like I don't have kind of active, I'm not like you're stupid. Like maybe in the past I did like more overt self-attacking, but it's just this like instant self-rejection response within me. Like it's like I don't know how to even fully describe it because it can be so intense. It's just this like, I guess it is probably a symptom of borderline personality disorder, which I was diagnosed with back in the day. Um, More of the like quiet borderline type, which the stereotype of borderline is like the lashing out at other people and chaotic and person that like can't get along with anyone or whatever. Like I don't relate to that stereotype at all. So I'm also just like self-conscious to talk about the borderline stuff at times because then I feel like people, I don't know, I'm always on guard of like getting gaslit too, and then I get self-conscious if people think that I'm just being dramatic and just saying that to just be dramatic. Like I don't know. I've just been so psychologically fucked with that. It's wild out here. But anyways, yeah, the psychological emotional impacts of like the shit. Also, I did want to add, I was talking about how, you know, maybe I was predisposed to being prone to anxiety and I'm a highly sensitive person. I wanted to also add like neurodivergence in that because I was diagnosed with ADHD a year ago now or something. Yeah, like I did go and get a formal diagnosis. Even though the fucking psychiatric system gives me the ick, like I've been through some situations that it's given me the ick. But anyways, I just felt like I just needed that for my full validation of it, and also I tried out the medication, but I didn't really, it just didn't really vibe with me for that long. It was vibing for a bit, and then it's like, I don't know if my ADHD was caused by the trauma stuff. It seems likely. Um, but anyways, yeah, the neurodivergence, highly sensitive, whatever. And then, so yeah, there's also just like so many aspects of my life that were, I just felt like really shitty about myself. And I'm still trying to get out of that. Um, but I need to rearrange my whole life because it's like I don't have any solid foundation. I talked in a live about, I think there's a live stream called like organizing, categorizing every aspect of my life. So I made this system for my ADHD style brain of having all these different Word docs with specified lists, and then also like categorizing everything. But I didn't even do that yet. Really, like I don't know, I came up with a bit of a system, but and then I was kind of like doing this system, but there was no foundation to the system built. Like the Word docs now are just like crazy disorganized, and it's just like it lasted maybe a week, not even, and I was like feeling so much better. And then yeah, there's just like a huge part of my life that is in such disorder, and that is just everything. Like, just a huge aspect of my life. It's like my whole life. So my environment is fucked. Like I'm sleeping in an office that is just, it was just supposed to be a temporary space for me to finish my renovations in my room. If you somehow have stayed along for this wild journey and you know about the shelf, if you know about the IKEA shelf, it's still not built. It's still in its box in the living room. It's been there since May. It is now December. And you know what? The issue with this stuff though is like stuff doesn't get done, and then I start to get this shame about that not getting done, and this overwhelming anxiety, and then that actually just exacerbates the avoidance and non-productivity anyways, and like I have to accept it. I have to like, and I do in myself accept it, but then I still have this annoying fear of judgment at times. Like, I guess right now, right here, right now, I'm fully more so like letting that go, where it's like, I actually think me not building this shelf was a good thing. I'm thinking of getting another shelf, the same one. Um, how I got that shelf is because I went on a trip to the big city with my dad in his truck, and then because IKEA doesn't ship to my city, it costs like $100 shipping. So we yeah, we went to visit my sister, and so they're doing, because they're doing like a, I don't want to participate in the marathon this year. It's like my joints, like I just want to go to get another shelf. Like they're going again in May to do this like half marathon race thing, and I'm like, hey, if you take the truck, can I tag along just so I can like get another shelf, because the one shelf is not gonna even be big enough for all my clothes. Like it's a whole thing. I took out my closet doors to put my bed in the closet, and then got this big shelf to put the clothes on the shelf, because the clothes can't go in the closet. And then I want to categorize all my clothes, so it's like, you know, the gym clothes, the clothes that I clean in. It's a whole thing. So the neurodivergent stuff, like I was looking into autism and all that, and realizing what I need is, like, I just was really relating to certain, or a lot of, most of, pretty much all of these autistic things of these videos I was watching, of like the categories of stuff. And I just realized a lot of extra stress of certain things that I will judge and think I'm so petty and like annoying for, and I need to just get over and not care. But I don't know, I gotta accept this part of myself now, and it's like, why not? I've tried, like, I can't just like get rid of it. When I don't have, like, when a item of clothing, I haven't decided yet if it's gonna be for the gym or, like, I don't know why, but it bothers me to mix my clothes. Like, it really causes distress to not just have gym clothes and then clothes not for the gym, because, like, I don't know, I'm working out in the gym clothes and sweating in them, and it's like different, and they're gonna get ruined sooner, kind of. And then it's like, when I want to wash them, like, that's me. Like, this is why shit that was chaotic, because like I'm not a normal person. I don't want to be a normal person. But I need to have all this stuff like categorized and put in the shelves and done up for my life to run smoothly. So yeah, my clothes just right now are just all over the place, like on the floor, so in a closet, kind of in like a different shelf, and like they're all just like, I can't fucking find shit. It's like it's just absolute mayhem to just get ready in the morning. Like, I want to plan my outfits for the week, guys. Like, that would change my life, is to pre-plan my outfits. It also distresses me to be wearing outfits that I hate constantly, because I just don't have the organization and the planning yet to like put together outfits that go and match. And I will buy things sometimes without making sure it matches. Like, I need to do what's called a capsule closet or something, where every single clothing item pretty much like goes with everything. Like, you can mix and match everything, and like, you know, because it's got a specific color palette and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't know. Some of my stuff is already limited to certain specifics. Like, I mostly own gray and blue shirts or sweaters, because I just really don't really look good in either color. But anyways, it's turning into a really long video, but it's good to just vent this out, I guess. Okay. So it's like my items, the environment, finishing my room renos, to actually set up my nice bedroom that I painted this nice color. Well, this nice color, white. I just painted it basic, basic bitch white. I painted my room. It got new flooring in forever ago. Like, I have not utilized this nice, clean, space that's also congruent with my neurodivergent chaos, just like a simple room, you know, simple colors. I really despise, a lot of the house is painted this like tan with greenish tone color, and it's like, it gives me such an ick every day of my life. It, like, I want to paint the rest of the house, but anyways, it's like, let's just start with this one little room. Like, let's have one space that I feel okay in, and I don't have that space, guys. Like, that's the little office I'm in. Like, it's not okay. It's like so disruptive to my brain, and there's like a reason why I have not been getting shit done, or like, you know, making and creating and editing videos that I do desire and want to do, or recording music. Like, I don't have the space to do it that's organized, and it just does cause so much anxiety, overwhelm, and distress to like ramshackle, try to like set the thing up in a different space. It's similar to when I don't clean up my desktop on the laptop, and it's like I got files all over the place, and then it's just, my brain can't really tune that out or sift through it. Like, it's just such an extra struggle. If you have the neurodivergence or ADHD, like, you know, and it's annoying when you don't know you have it, and then you're just like, why the fuck can I not do anything? I'm getting way better at the chores. Like, I have more of a routine with that, and I just know what to do, and I just do it, and I've just done it so many times now, like just doing the dishes every single day and making sure the kitchen's like clean every morning. Like, I've just been doing it enough to, it's like it's a habit now. It's a good habit is formed finally, but yeah, so I got to get back into like a morning and night routine. But the environment is like top priority. That kind of affects every single other thing, because getting ready for the gym, or just finding my things for my nighttime routine. I guess the bathroom's organized, you know, I got my little toiletry bag, whatever, but even just like having a spot for my pajamas, like I don't have a spot for my pajamas, like a regular spot, like they just go on the floor or wherever, and then I can't find things. And so like the environment would help me to do everything else in my life. So that's, you know, something I gotta finish. I want to do like one more coat of painting on some trim in my room, and then I have like a little bit of baseboard to put up in the closet area, but I gotta paint it black. And like I have these little things that like are the loose ends that I have not been tying for months on end, like these little things. Because also, I know this video is all over the place, chaotic, like that's what it was supposed to be. I was not trying to be inauthentic, and this is me being authentic, is like woo all over the place. So what was I saying? Now I'm gonna forget it. That's gonna be fucking gone. It's gonna annoy me. It's so annoying what's happening. Tying up the loose ends. Anyways, let's see. I'll just bring up a little example of like how my life can get so in disarray by like one kind of little thing. So this one little thing, I've talked about my hair issues. I'm trying out a new shampoo conditioner. Like, I'm trying to figure this shit out still, guys. Like, my hair just, there's hard water in my city, and it was like messing up my hair. And then I have a filter for the shower, but I was like, was that even working? So I was using jugs of distilled water, bottles of distilled water to like wash my hair, and had to make sure I stocked up. And then I would like want to shower, but I'd run out of distilled water, and then I'd go to the grocery store, and then they would be out. There'd be like a shortage of distilled water. So then it was a whole thing, that one thing. And then I realized, you know what? I think I just need to replace the cartridge in the water filter. Like, I think it does actually make a good enough difference, and I just need to, you know, it's been so long, I just got to get a fresh cartridge. I put off getting that cartridge for a while, so like that one little change, like finally getting the cartridge for the hard water filter in the shower, so that I stopped having to buy the jugs of distilled water and then shower that way too, which like takes longer. Like that one little change, like going on Amazon, figuring out what cartridges to buy or whatever, like, you know, I was just kind of putting that off. Or even that one fucking thing for me sometimes can be, it's not just like one little simple task. It's like, okay, how do I find out the right one? And then, I don't know, I can have just certain neuroticisms or anxieties about like accidentally ordering the wrong one, and like I'm anticipating all these things going wrong about it sometimes subconsciously too, and then like that deters me from just getting the job fucking done. So it's a lot. And then amongst all this like stuff, you know, me just trying to do simple adult shit and get my life under control, I'll be having enmeshments with people, like where I've unenmeshed. If you don't know enmeshment, you gotta just look it up. But anyways, I get too people pleasy and enmeshed with people where I feel like uneasy about me disappearing. I guess specifically with a specific person, with the, you know, narcissistic trait. Like I just don't like talking with this. It's like actively, you know, I still have a relationship with this person and stuff. So it makes me uncomfortable to talk about, but it's like such a fucking part of my life, and it's my fault for not making boundaries too at times. But like I get so stressed. Like I am scared of this person. Like I'm scared of their reactions, even though I'll expect them to react really intensely, and then they don't even. But I also haven't fully been myself. Like I have not been like actually empowered, bold Alyssa doing what Alyssa wants to fucking do, like getting off the phone exactly when Alyssa wants to get the phone. And there's been times where that hasn't really gone well, where I've like kind of politely asked multiple times, or not asked, stated like, hey, I need, you know, I really gotta go soon, and then they just like don't respect that, and then, you know, getting kind of screamed at when I'm like, hey, you know, I actually have to go now. And then they're like demanding 5 more minutes of my time. I am sensitive to that, but I'm getting more empowered to know I'm not fucking wrong for that. But shit was so twisted before to where it was like when you've been in that, you know, dynamic with the narcissist, with like the gaslight tango, it's all subconscious too. Like you're not consciously even really thinking these things. Like you just don't even fucking know you have rights. Like you have boundaries. Like you have a right to your own like life and self. And I just get too emotionally involved in this person's life, and like feeling bad and feeling like I have to help them. I don't know, that they're something, I don't know, that they're not gonna be okay unless I like give myself enough in certain ways, and then if something bad happens, it's gonna be all my fault. Like guys, it's a lot to feel. It's a lot to feel. Okay, and but anyways, yeah, I've been like detaching, unenmeshing myself again. Like I kind of unenmeshed myself, and then, you know, I did a little bit of a no contact stint thing, and that helped me at the time, but it just wasn't. It ended. I don't know. It ended because shit happened, and then I forgot that I could like take my space, I guess, until now, or I didn't even know like I needed to. I don't know. I just been trying to show up for this person because I was feeling bad for them, and I just want to disappear. And so, anyways, it's like I want to get up at 3 a.m. every morning. Honestly, ideally, I want to push it to midnight just so I can be awake when everyone else is asleep, so that I can have an easier time detaching. Like I've just been really struggling with detaching. I finally have gone enough days, and there hasn't been like a negative reaction yet to like the amount that I've checked in with this person, and they have been respecting my boundaries. But I will like push myself out of the stress of not responding to them enough. Like I will push myself to just like do a thing, like a people pleasing thing, or like a check-in thing, or anyways, like there'll just be like a lot of texts thrown my way about this person's life, and I have been able to not be, I've been able to just like ignore my phone just enough to finally feel a sense of peace, I guess, in a way. Maybe that was just today. Waking up at 3 in the morning. I don't know. I just like was really having a hard time to calm my body down during waking hours, I guess, with like everything. Also, the pressure and the judgment I put on myself to be productive and be accomplished and doing things, and then I'll be stressed about that, or just feel it's like overwhelming my body. It's like, is anything gonna change? Am I ever gonna like accomplish anything ever? Like, I don't know if anyone else has been in this dynamic of like this. You need to like fully let go, but you can't. Like, you're scared of your own self too. It's like, well, if I just forget about everything, then like, is anything ever gonna get done at all? But like, you then just live in this like state of in between overwhelm. Like, you're not giving yourself the actual rest. Like, you just can't rest. Like, you don't know how. You can't like not care or think of it. Like, you just keep getting these jolts of stress and overwhelm in your body. Like, you just, and then like I need to just like rest too, so that I can organize all my shit in my life and do the categorizing and all the stuff. But then it's like, I don't want to be with my own fucking thoughts a lot of the time. Like, it's a lot of negative shit. You know, I try to do meditation at times, but it's like I'm trying to have healthy habits and not do stuff that's like not helpful, but then I am having to make choices where it's like, you know what, for me and my brain and just what's going on right now, you know, it's actually better to maybe listen to other just people. And I've been watching a lot of glow up videos, like winter arc videos is what they call it, which is about like I was getting into the skincare stuff. So initially the glow up stuff, I was looking for maybe skincare routine things, but then they talked about like organizing their life and taking the time away from people to like, you know, what do they call it? They talk about like detachment and working on yourself and like rebranding yourself. Or it was very much in alignment with what I'm doing. So also because I don't really have, I'm just like not hanging out with people. I just don't really have many people to even hang out with at all. And then peeps be out of town, or like I said way earlier in this live, I also just be feeling people pleasing around people, and just like you know, and disconnected and not able to have, or just, yeah, I don't know, I just got fucking issues, right? So it's like I gotta build that strong core, that strong sense of self. It's getting there. But yeah, when I reorganize my life and everything, it'll be also just way easier, to be more calm, build that sense of self, because like all the items and this stuff, like that's just overwhelming and stressing me to begin with. So it's like, if my baseline of stress is like already up here, like how am I supposed to like, I don't know, develop that just at peace sense of self, strong core within, when I'm just like you know, it's just not gonna happen. So so yeah, when I get the basics down too, like my bedroom and my, you know, sleep, it's also the room I'm renovating, like the door, like, because I could kind of move my bed into that room and finish the renos, because the renos are like concentrated mostly to the closet, and I could have the bed out of the closet in the meantime. But also the door I took off because I got to paint the door. I want to paint the door black. And so there's no door on the room. And I'm a light sleeper, so I like to sleep with the door closed because of the noise and, you know. And now that Sean is on, like, Sean's going to bed when I'm waking up, pretty much. Or even later. Like, I was up at 3 this morning, and he didn't go to bed till, like, after 7 a.m. even or something. So he's awake when I'm supposed to be sleeping, and so then that's extra noise. And so yeah, this just me trying to sleep sometimes is just such a struggle because ADHD brain, and then also being highly sensitive to all the things, like the temperature has to be perfectly right, the sounds, the lights, like the darkness and whatever. And I ordered some curtains for my bedroom when I finally move in there. And yeah, there's just like all these different things, like the loose ends, right, that have not been tied. But once that, you know, the room's all done, then I can start tackling other areas of the house. For instance, like the kitchen, the dishes and utensils and everything like that. Like, it just would help me in my brain if things maybe matched or something like that. There's also still extra clutter in the house with things, or just like, yeah, just like clean sweeping everything else will then further help. But like, just beginning with the basics, my room, solid foundation to have just one fucking space that's not chaotic as fuck would be huge. So anyways, this was just, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. This was a documentation of where I was at in life on December 11th, 2024. And okay, I'm gonna go now. So, well, oh yeah, I guess I was gonna announce my point of posting something too was to like let myself off the hook in a way, even though it doesn't really matter. Like, my channel's just sort of different, but I don't know. I just did want to like tell people at least that I'm like planning to just detach from YouTube altogether until after the holidays to get my environment organized in the room and everything like that. Like, to fully actually be able to focus on that, because like I just energetically, like, I have an enmeshment with my YouTube channel and me posting, and a lot of it is just my own self and my own judgments of like not doing enough. But then also there are people obviously subscribed, but I don't ever want to like, I don't want to have people expect much of me, because I don't want to let people down. And I'm just like, I cannot run a channel like how other people do, and with like the regular uploads and that thing. So yeah, I don't ever want to like set expectations for that, but I guess for my own self to be like, okay, this is like an intentional, nothing's actually disappearing, I'm just taking, you know, like more of a break from live streams, from everything. Because up until this point I have been pretty regular with my live streams on my channel. Like, I haven't done a whole disappearing thing. I used to just like disappear for 5 months. I was just didn't even do live streams. I would just like post a video every year or something. But yeah, I guess I'm just like almost scared of myself that I'm to never return if I just like detach from it all. But that's not true. It's like I have to fully detach to sort out this other area of my life so that I can come back and actually do the things that I'm constantly wanting to do but cannot just somehow figure out how to fucking do it. Like, you know, I want to post edited videos. I want to edit videos again, and I need to have a space to edit. I don't even have a desk. So I'm getting all that shit in order, and I'm gonna shut up now. And anyways, sending all the love and the hugs. And yeah, if people watching this are also feeling alone, at least we're feeling alone together in a way, so we're not, you know, alone. But anyways, bye.